Welcome back into the Denver Coliseum. It's time for match number 5 of the day here on the Class 1A court as the Caliche Buffaloes and the Flagler Panthers have their first matches. I'm Ben Blecka. Glad you've joined us online on CHSAA.tv where you can see every match of every court going on over this couple-day span here at the Denver Coliseum. The Caliche Buffaloes coming in as the second-seeded team in this tournament. They are the only 1A team to have defeated number 1 seed Weldon Valley this year. They did it last weekend. They're 18-7. Flagler coming in at 13-11, tallying a wild card, getting the 11th overall seed. Very young teams on both sides. You look at this Flagler Panther team, you've got a lot of freshmen in the starting lineup and a lot of freshmen on that roster. You look at the Caliche Buff team, a lot of sophomores and juniors. Some key seniors, though, for the Caliche Buffaloes will be Hannah Yon, who is their left-handed outside hitter. And then they have Kaylee Lewis, a senior as well, as we're going to have two of the louder fan bases surrounding us here at the this matchup of the state volleyball tournament. Caliche in their whites as the home team. They'll be moving left to right here in this first one. The Flagler Panthers, black with the orange shoulder pads. They are the visiting team, moving right to left here in the first. And it's time to get this underway. Our video coverage brought to you by College in Colorado. Explore your career options from sports broadcasting to electrician to nurse. Take a virtual campus tour of college and find your financial aid at collegeincolorado.org. That's collegeincolorado.org. We're set for this matchup. Head coach Jeanette Lambrecht for the Caliche Buffs. Head coach Pam Fagerlund for the Flagler Panthers. Two of the coaches that have great volleyball minds in this state. Doing a lot with some young players for the Flagler Panthers on the floor. They'll have Alicia Rodwell, Morgan Osman, Katie Osman, Jade Hayes. That is Christina Stratton and Melissa Poet. Their libero is Haley Allison. For the Caliche Lady Buffs, it'll be Rachel Edler, Megan Pierce, Kaylee Lewis, Sammy Morgan, Hannah Yon, and Jaden Lambrecht. Their libero is Taylor Weingart. Rachel Edler will step on and take the serve to get this one underway. Edler will line the ball down the near side. It'll be popped up for the Flagler Panthers by Poet, and Poet will get the back row free, play deep. Popped up on the back row by Lambrecht. Underneath it, far side swing for Yon. She'll knock it down the line. Ball dug out back row. Set for the Panthers, and Morgan Osman with the attack. Can't be dug cleanly. Weingart tried to vault over the bench. Not allowed to do that. Her teammates caught her. Flagler takes the opening point, and Katie Osman will step back with the serve. Osman will line it near side, fielded by Edler. Lambrecht underneath it, sets far side. Yon, she'll angle it near side. Ball dug out by the Panthers. Tip far line, down and in for a kill. Great play by that's Lorraine Sesko that gets it to go down. Their 5'6" junior setter. Must have missed her in the starting lineup. Osman with the serve, line down the middle. Popped up back row by Weingart. Set it up for Yon, far side. She'll arc it deep. Ball popped up back row, shoot set on to the near side. Big swing banged off the block of the net of Sammy Morgan. Near side, the back row swing from Poet over the block of Morgan and down. And Flagler takes a 3-0 advantage to start this one off. The Flagler Panthers coming in as the 11 seed, but one of those dangerous teams, there's no doubt about it. As the line serve will be popped up back row. Joust at the net, Sammy Morgan will win it. Winged out on the front row by Morgan Osman, but they say Sammy Morgan was in the net on the joust. So a 4-0 lead for Flagler. And the line serve from Katie Osman will be popped up by Edler back row. Set far side, the tip down the line. And the diving dig out on the Yon shot will give Caliche their first points. Both these programs, this is the first time at state since 07, since Flagler lost to Fleming on this very court in 2007 in the championship, and Caliche lost that same Fleming team in the semifinals that year as well. Caliche Buffs with the ball on their side of the net, and Edler will line it over in short. Popped up by Alicia Rodwell, backs that far side, and the tip over the top of the block by Morgan Osman. Bumped up and a Jess Taylor attack on the far side. Ball be dug out, chased down by Jade Hayes, and a free ball be played deep, just too deep and out off the Flagler side. Great hustle by the Panthers. Caliche gets within 2 on that free. And Jaden Lambrecht will take the serve. She'll line it down the middle, pumped up high, back row by Jade Hayes, set near side. The attack banged off the block at the net by Alicia Rodwell. Weingart keeps it in play, and Edler will free it over in deep. Ball checked up back row by the Flagler Panthers. Set down the middle in the swing off the block of the net by Osman. Ball be chased down, and a free ball played back over by Sammy Morgan. Deep into the back corner on the Flagler side, popped up high, set near post for Alicia Rodwell, banged off the block of the net. Bumped up high in the attack down the middle from Morgan Osman. Off the block, popped up high, set it up for Edler. She'll line it deep. Ball dug out back row by Katie Osman, set down the middle, and somebody in the net. It was the attacker Morgan Osman for Flagler, who got tangled in the net on her swing, and Caliche within 1 on that air. Both sides thought that Flagler had won that point, but the officials said that Flagler was in the net. They're the ones that count. Dig free over. Taylor will turn and punch it back over for Caliche. LaRae Seska will set on the near side, and the attack down and in for a kill by Alicia Rodwell. So Caliche cannot get the tie here early in set number 1. And back to serve goes Morgan Osman, and the ball kept in play. Weingart will free it deep. Ball chased down on the Panther side, set near side for Rodwell. Her attack down and in for a kill, and a timeout taken by Jeanette Lambrecht, the Caliche coach. She wants to talk to her team, and if you want to talk to people, you need good cell phone service. You need good cell phone service. How about Viero? State volleyball coverage presented in part by Viero Wireless. They offer the best coverage, 4G now here, and it's now fast. Find out more at Viero.com. That's VIAERO.com. They present the video coverage on Colorado or on CHSAA.tv. Pardon me. A 6-3 advantage for Flagler. Here in the first. Line serve will be played deep by Morgan Osman. Popped up back row by Hannah Yon, and Taylor with a flat free played on the near side. Ball popped up high, set on the near side, and the attack by Alicia Rodwell, hammer deep. Dug out back row by Edler. Set down the middle for Taylor over the top of the block. Ball dug out back row, chased down, popped up high, and the attack will be hammered back deep by Alicia Rodwell. Dug out back row by Weingart. Lambrecht sets far side. Yon punches it near side. Ball checked up in the front row by Morgan Osman. Down the middle of the attack from Melissa Poet off the block. Popped up high. Taylor near side swing. She'll play it deep. Chased down to the back row by Katie Osman. Bump up high and Poet down the middle once again. She'll play it up. Will Weingart. And Lambrecht will set far side. Yon lefty down the line and in for a kill. Lefty, sometimes hard to get a read, especially when they're a good outside hitter. Sammy Morgan steps back to serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs. Morgan lines it down the middle. Ball misplay back row, but kept up long enough by Jade Hayes to get freed back over by the Flagler Panthers. Edler chase it down. Set down the middle for Pierce. She'll hop the net cord. Ball winged out on the front row. Hayes will chase it down, and a free ball will be popped up on the far side by the Buffs. Yon with the attack. Dug out back row, set near side, and Alicia Rodwell blocked at the net. Blocked at the net again by Pierce. Ball popped up on the front row, but over and out. The ball goes, and the Flagler Panthers hold a 7-4 advantage here in the first. Line serve will be played deep by Alicia Rodwell. Popped up by Sammy Morgan. Down the middle, Taylor with a big swing. Lift ball on the attack. Morgan Osman tried to keep it up, but got tagged with the lift. Hannah Yon will trot back to serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs. Yon hammers the ball down the far side. It'll be fielded by Haley Allison, the libero for Flagler. Then the attack from Jade Hayes into the net. One of several freshmen on this Flagler team. Caliche looking for the tie. Line deep by Yon. Ball dug out back row. Bumped up high and not going to get the third hit over. And Caliche has come back to tie at 7 here in the first. Hannah Yon back to serve. She'll hammer it down the middle. Ball popped up back row by Morgan Osman. The attack will be fly deep. Popped up by Sammy Morgan on the back row. Set far post. Rachel Edler off the block. Kept up off the block by Jess Taylor. Edler again. She's going to flat free it over. Pumped up on the front row by Haley Allison. Set it up near side. The attack by Hayes. Off the block, down and in for a kill. Christina Stratton, the 5'5 junior, will check on for Flagler. She'll take the serve here in the first. The serve will be lined down the far side, fielded by Sammy Morgan. Set onto the near side. Jess Taylor bangs it off the block, down and in for a kill, and it's 8-all. This is not your typical 2 versus 11 matchup. Two very good teams here, though, based on the seeding. Kylie Lewis on to serve. Kaylee will play it down the middle. And the free ball for Melissa Poe will be played down the line. Sammy Morgan pops it up. Lambrecht's missed set onto the Flagler side. Kept up by Caliche on the swing, and then Megan Pierce puts it down. The 5'9 junior has really stepped up for this Caliche Buffalo team this year. Caliche's taken the lead, 9-8. Lewis back with the serve, lines it down the middle. Ball popped up high, back row tip over. Edler will keep it up on the front. Lambrecht down the middle for Pierce. She'll bang it off the block. She'll keep it up on the front row. Go to Edler on the far post, and gets too cute trying to avoid the block, and lines it into the net. And will hand the serve to Melissa Poet, the 5'6 senior for Flagler. Line down the middle, fielded by Hannah on back row. Set it up for Edler. She'll line it deep. Ball dug up back row by Poet into the joust at the net. Katie Ostman trying to tip it over, and Rachel Edler stuffed it down. And Caliche takes a 10-9 lead, and on to serve comes Taylor Weingart for the Buffs. Weingart lines the ball down the middle, popped up high, back row. Set it up near side. The tip over the top of the block of the net by Morgan Ostman. Kept in play by the Buffs. Near side, Sammy Morgan with the attack. Ball dug out back row. Set it up, and Morgan Ostman with the same attack again. Jan digs it out. Lambrecht tips it over. Cleared free. Set near side. The attack by Jade Hayes is dug out back row by Hannah Jan. Set far side. Rachel Edler with a big attack. Deep dug out back row. Set down the middle, and the attack tipped over the top of the block by Morgan Ostman. Dug out by Lewis. Back row. Sammy Morgan down the middle. Hops the net cord. Winged up. Kept in play back onto the Buff side. Set far side. Big swing. Edler down the line and in for a kill. Long rally resulted in the kill for the Caliche Buffs. Rally that took about 35 seconds. Two sides free and it clear several times. Line served by Weingart down the middle with Caliche up 11-9. Near side punch over by Morgan Ostman. Misplayed by the back row of Caliche. And Ostman will get it right back for the Panthers. Jade Hayes with the serve. She'll line it down the middle. Popped up back row. Set onto the far side. And the big swing, Sammy Morgan. Too big and out. All line down the middle. Popped up high. Back row by Kaylee Lewis. Set it up for Rachel Edler. Her attack banged off the block of the net. Katie Ostman digs it out. Back over goes Morgan Ostman. Free ball back over by Jane Lambrecht. Ball kept in play on the front row. Slide far side. Morgan Ostman with the attack. Too big and out. Katie Ostman, the 5'4 senior, set Morgan Ostman, the 5'6 senior, a little too wide on the far side. And Caliche up 12-11. Line serve down the middle. Set on the near side, and the tip over the top of the block of the net by Rodwell. Backside near side, Sammy Morgan with the attack to the back corner. Checked up high, back row by Jade Hayes. Down the middle, Morgan Ostman into the block of Sammy Morgan. Ball played out of the Flagler bench, and a free ball played over by Morgan Ostman. Popped up by Lewis, set onto the far side. Jan with the swing near side. Dug out back row, kept up out of the net, and a lift ball on Morgan Ostman. Great job by Katie Ostman to keep the ball in play, but Morgan Ostman had to keep that ball from her waist and try and get it over the net and got tagged with a lift. Rachel Edler with the serve. Big top down the middle, dug out back row. Morgan Ostman will set it up near side for Alicia Rodwell. She'll tip it over. Lambrecht back set near side. Morgan with the attack. Off the block and down. Good stuff down by Alicia Rodwell, a 5'7 freshman. And Lorraine Sesko will come on for the Flagler Panthers. Back to serve goes Katie Ostman. Line down the middle, popped up high back row, set it up in the far side swing by Hannah Jan near side. Morgan Ostman with running bump set near, and the free over by Rodwell. Checked up by Jan, back set for Sammy Morgan off the near post, off the block, kept in play, but not going to get it over. are the Flagler Panthers before he gets down, and Caliche with a 14-12 advantage. Just Taylor stepping onto the floor for the Caliche Lady Buffs. The line serve will come near side. Ball popped up back row for the Flagler Panthers. Set on the near post for Rodwell. Her attack dug out by Weingart. Shoots that far side for the big swing from Jan. Dug out back row. Down the middle, Morgan Osman angling it far side. Dug out by Rachel Edler. Backside near post, Jess Taylor with the angle to the far corner. Ball chased down near the cement, and a free ball. Not going to get over by Flagler and Jade Hayes, but a great hustle by the Flagler Panthers just to get there and keep the ball in play. Lambrecht with the serve, line down the middle, tips that over, and the Buffs diving around, keeping it in play, and Morgan freeing it over. Ball popped up, shoot set near side. Rodwell with the attack, line far side. Dug out by Weingart. Set it up for Jan, she'll bang it down the line. Dug out by Katie Osman, down the middle, Morgan Osman, her attack. Dug out back row by Edler, set it up for Sammy Morgan. She clips the block at the net and gets the kill, and Caliche gets a 16-12 lead. And a timeout taken by the Flagler Panthers. State tournament coverage is provided to you by Bank of Colorado on CHSAA.tv, a bank with community ties, competitive rates, personal local service, and locations throughout the state. That's Bank of Colorado. Adams State University celebrates a diverse student population, academic excellence, and athletic success. ASU is focused on treating each student as a unique individual with the potential to positively contribute to their community, nation, and world. For more information, visit adams.edu. That's adams.edu. Colorado High Schools Activities Association State Volleyball Tournament here at the Denver Coliseum. Match 5 of the 1A court. 8 matches on day 1. After getting behind early on, the 1A court is pretty well caught up with the rest of the courts. And the 3A court is the one that happens to be behind. The same way it went last year at the state volleyball tournament. Buffs with the ball on their side of the net out of the timeout, and it's going to be a 4-hit violation as Hannah Jan can't pop the ball over. So the timeout works for Flagler. And back to serve goes Morgan Osman. She'll line it down the middle, popped up by Weingart in the back row. Set up in the tip free by Taylor off the block at the net and out, and Jess Taylor gets the kill. 17-13 Caliche. Sammy Morgan will take the serve. All line down the middle, dugout back row, set on to the near side, and the attack at the net from Poet is partially blocked by the Buffs. Down the middle goes Pierce, bangs it off the block of Poet, and the free ball played back wide by Alicia Rodwell. Chased down by Edler. Set far side, Jan with a big cross. Dug out back row at the net. Jan will step it back down. Dug back out. Pierce will block it back down. Popped up high in the set far side onto the Caliche side, and it rolls down the fronts of the block. I think the Panthers got confused as to which side that ball went down. Panthers will take the ball with the serve. From Alicia Rodwell, set up for Jan. She'll off-speed it into the block. Blocked back by Poet. And Flagler's within 2. Line serve down the far side. Rotation violation. So one of the Buff players was out of position. So that allows Flagler to within 1 of the second-seeded team. Line serve down the middle, fielded by Sammy Morgan. Set it up for Pierce. She'll off-speed it deep. Ball diving, dig out macro by Rodwell, and a free ball play deep. Popped up back row by Edler. Short set down the middle. Pierce, left hand puts it down. And Caliche up 18-16. Back to serve goes Hannah Jan. Jan will line it near side. Ball misplayed back row. That's an ace, and the lead back out 2-3. Jan lines a serve far side. Popped up back row once again. Near side swing will come from Jade Hayes. Dug out back row by Jan. One-handed set, and Pierce will punch it over. Ball popped up high, set near side, and the free ball by Hayes on the far side. Edler digs it over right into the radar zone. A Poet, dug out back row by Yon on the swing. Taylor with a big swing back row, dug out back row by Katie Osman. Set near side, Poet through, not Poet. Hayes through the block at the net and down. And Christina Stratton will come on and serve on the back row. Ball line short, popped up back row. Lambrecht will set for Pierce. Her big swing down and in for a kill. And Kaylee Lewis will take the serve for the Caliche Buffs. One of two seniors still capable of playing for this team. Shani Stump, their third senior, tore ACL and MCL early in the season. Lewis lines the ball down the middle, popped up by the Flagler libero, Haley Allison. Set far side, Poet with the attack down the middle, popped up by Morgan back row. Set it over far side, Edler down deep. Dug back onto the Buff side. Popped up high, set far side. Edler with the swing again. Tipped over the top of the block and down and in for a kill. Rachel Edler getting another kill. She's playing a whale of a match so far. 38 points in, 21-17. Caliche. Ball be line short by Lewis. Dug out back row by Haley Allison. Far side set. The attack banged off the block of the net. Ball dug free back over. Backs up far side, and Poet trying to wrap it, nags it into the block, and then the free ball attack tipped deep by Jade Hayes. Lead cut down to 3. Line serve down the middle from Melissa Poet. Set up and Pierce with the attack, caught the back line, dropped it in for a kill. Caliche 3 points away from taking the first set of their first match at state since 07. Flagler 3 points away from losing their first set at state since 07. Neither team has been here since 07. Near side swing, Morgan Osman with the attack, dug out by Edler. Sammy Morgan trying to set it up, and Edler will free it over. Ball popped up high, set onto the near side, and the attack by Jade Hayes, line far side. Chased down by Weingart near the netting, and a free ball played back over by Lambrecht. Ball popped up high, back row, set down the middle of the attack. Morgan Osman off the block. Popped up by Rachel Edler. Set onto the far side. Edler with the attack. Big swing deep. In the net, Edler went on her swing. Jade Hayes will take the serve. She'll fly it far side. Popped up back row. Set up in the attack by Sammy Morgan. Line deep. Ball dug up. And the attack tipped over by Morgan Osman. Dug out by Kayla Lewis, back row. Set it up far side. Edler into the block at the net. Hammered back down off the dig by Morgan Osman. And Flagler's within 2, 22-20. Timeout taken by Jeanette Lambrecht and the Caliche Lady Buffs. Our state championship coverage is provided in part by Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. They're the day you buy your first car, the day your first child is born, and the day you file your first claim. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance will be there to make sure your insurance coverage keeps up with all the changes in your life. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. Get real coverage. They bring you the broadcast on CHSAA.tv. (22-20) Caliche here in the first. Buffs out of timeouts here in the first. Very young team. Jeanette Lambrecht has liberally used her timeouts this season. Great coachable opportunities with her team. Jade Hayes with the serve far side, popped up back row, set it up. Edler with a big swing and gets the kill. That's, I believe, her 5th kill of the first set and pushes Caliche 1 point closer to a set 1 victory. Edler will take the serve. Back with it, she'll line it down the middle. Ball popped up back row. Set up on the near side, and the attack will be hammered down the line. Near side popped up, set far side, down the middle. Will go Hannah Yon. Set up, and the attack will be tipped over by Morgan Osman. Ball dug out on the Caliche side. Sammy Morgan hops the net cord, and it goes around the block of Morgan Osman and down and in, and Flagler will burn their second timeout, facing set points at 24-20. Complete coverage of the state volleyball tournament is available for you on ColoradoPreps.com. Also state football playoffs. Although neither of these teams have a football team left alive, I'm sure you got friends on some team somewhere, or you just enjoy high school athletics. Well, that's the site you need to know, coloradopreps.com. Caliche 1 point away from taking the first set. Rachel Edler will step back and serve. Edler lines the ball down the middle, popped up on the far side by the Panthers. Morgan Ostman set up down the middle. She'll tip it over, popped up by Lambrecht. Sammy Morgan going to set it up for Anna Yon. Running push and deep. Katie Ostman setting it up near side. The attack off the block and down from Alicia Rodwell. The freshman gets the kill, saves 1 set point off. Still facing it on the serve of Katie Ostman. She'll step back. She'll line the ball down the near side. Popped up by Edler, back row. Lambrecht will set far side. Big swing, yawn down the line. Dug out by Katie Ostman. Kept in play, but a third not going to get gotten. Caliche takes the first, 25-21. Set number 2 after this of match 5 of the Class 1A State Volleyball Tournament here at the Denver Coliseum. Head to the second after a 25-21 win for Caliche in the first. Very evenly matched teams here on this court. In spite of the overall seeds being 2 and 11, these two teams have battled back and forth. It was a good run early. We'll see if Flagler can start off solid here in the second. Now going left to right with the serve from Hayes. Far side swing, Sammy Morgan, cross shot down and in for the kill. Beautiful swing by Sammy Morgan. Line serve down the middle, ball popped up, big swing off the block of the net by Ostman, dug out back row, set up on the near side, Jan will tip it over the top of the block, ball popped up high back row, set up in the attack, banged off the block by Alicia Rodwell, turned and free back over by Katie Ostman, ball set up on the far side, Sammy Morgan, big swing, too big and out. Katie Ostman will step back with the serve. Ostman, big top spin, serve deep, popped up high back row. Set up in Jess Taylor with the big swing, deep, dug out back row by Jade Hayes. Setting the return and back deep from Poet. Popped up back row by Edler. Set near side. The attack knocked off the block at the net by Hannah Yon, and the return back by Morgan Osman. Dug out by Weingart in the back row. Set near side. Yon, big swing, banged off the block of the net. Ball popped up high back row. Set up and down the middle. Morgan Osman with the tip over the top of the block of the net. Ball dug out back row. Set up, and Taylor will turn and hammer it down the line. Ball dug up back row. Set far side. Arced over the top of the block by Alicia Rodwell. Can't be dug cleanly, and it goes down. (2-1) Flagler. Set near side. Taylor will hammer it, banging off the block. Ball chased down by Osman back row. Set far side. The arc over the top of the block by Alicia Rodwell. Chased down by Weingart. Set near side. Yon with a big swing and down and in. Couldn't be dug cleanly. Hannah Yon didn't get very many good swings in the first set. Getting good ones here in the second and putting that one down and in for a kill. Line serve by Sammy Morgan, far side. Ball misplayed, back row. Nobody got to it on a second hit. And Sammy Morgan puts it down and in on the ace to make it 3-2. Morgan lines the ball deep. Ball dug up high on the back row. Set up on the near side. Morgan Osman will arc it off the block. Jumping back. That's one thing. You get a lot more power jumping toward the net, but she's getting a significant amount of power jumping back on her swings. Morgan Osman with the line serve down the middle. Popped up by Yon. Set for Taylor. Her swing hammered through the block, down and in for the kill. Pretty potent front row here for the Caliche Buffs. They've got a very balanced offense. Nobody really standing out as an ace is dropped in by Hannah Yon as a significant, consistent kill machine. Yon, Morgan, Taylor, Pierce, Edler, all of them with more than 100 kills on the season. Line serve to the back row, dugout back row by Katie Osman. Set it up far side. Poet with the attack. Dugout by Morgan. Set it up, and the floater over the top of the block by Pierce. Ball dug up back row, set far side, and hammered back by Taylor. Ball dug out back row, set far side, and the attack through the block by Alicia Rodwell and goes down off the block. And Flagler back within one. Line serve far side. Taylor with a dig free back onto the Panther side. Set far side. The attack banged off the block by Hayes. Diving dig over. Block back down. Popped up by Taylor. Lambrecht underneath it at the net. The joust won by the Panthers. Winged up by Edler, but a lift ball by Lambrecht trying to get the second hit. And Flagler is tied it at 5. Alicia Rodwell lines the serve down the far side. Popped up back row. Set it up. Ball knocked into the block of the net. And a lift ball by Pierce off the block. And Flagler on a couple lift balls now has a 6-5 advantage here in the second. Rodwell lines the serve far side. Fielded by Sammy Morgan. Set it up for Edler. Edler bangs it off the block. Rejected back by Larae Sesko, the setter. She's a junior and gets the stuff blocked down. Line serve down the near side, fielded by Sammy Morgan. Set it up for Pierce. Pierce will step in. She and Taylor both going for the same ball. You got to talk. I know it's loud in here, and a timeout's going to be taken by Jeanette Lambrecht, but you got to have conversation if you're going to be an effective volleyball team. Our state tournament coverage is presented in part by College in Colorado. Explore your career options from sports broadcasting to electrician to nurse. Take a virtual campus tour of college and find financial aid at collegeincolorado.org. That's collegeincolorado.org. Just let the crowd do the color commentary. Don't got to pay a color commentator. Alicia Rodwell will step back and take the serve for the Flagler Panthers out of the Caliche Buff timeout. Rodwell will line the ball down the middle, dugout back row. Lambrecht sets it up for Edler near side. Her attack off the block, popped up by Flagler. Set up in a flat free play by Morgan Osman off the block. Sammy Morgan can't dig it cleanly. And the Flagler Panthers take a 9-5 lead. Ball line down the middle, dugout back row. Lambrecht will back set far side Taylor. She'll line it near side. Ball popped up high. Set it up, and the joust at the net, and under the net went the Flagler Panthers. Poet was trying to keep that one in play and ended up under the net, impeding the progress of a Caliche player. Kaylee Lewis on to serve. She'll step back. She'll line it far side. Ball popped up high, and a free ball will be arced over by Jade Hayes. Popped up on the front row by Edler. Edler will get the flat free over for the Caliche Lady Buffs. Far side swing ace on the second, dug out by Lewis. Shoot set near side. Edler with the swing hammered into the net for hit violation. And the Flagler Panthers have a 3-point advantage. Line serve into the net. Weingart with the serve, line far side, popped up high, and a free ball will be played down the line. Lewis will check it out. Ball set for Sammy Morgan. Her big swing deep and off the block and in for the kill. Caliche within 2, 10-8. Weingart will hammer the serve, too deep and out. Serve will come from the Flagler Panthers. Ball popped up high, back row, set it up for Sammy Morgan. She hammers it into the net. So some hitting errors coming. And Flagler with a 4-point advantage as they try and even it at 1 apiece. Edler will tip it over the top of the block, and it drops on down and in for the kill. We'll see if Rachel Edler can come with the run. Edler lines the ball down the middle, popped up high, back row, set it up far side, and the tip by Morgan Osman over the top of the block. Ball set up on the near side, tip by Jan, far side, it drops on down and in for the kill. Edler will line the ball down the near side. Ball popped up high, back row by Melissa Poet. Set tip over. And the ball popped up high. Turning the return back, far side, too wide and out by Sammy Morgan. And the Flagler Panthers maintaining that 3-point edge. The Panthers get an ace as the ball's misplayed far side. And Flagler's up by 4, 14 to 10. They're looking to make it 15. Line serve near side, ball popped up high, back row. Set up in a Kaylee Lewis attack, will be free clear. Osman will set down the middle. Morgan Osman with the attack off the block of Sammy Morgan. Dump back down, ball popped up high and free back over by Poet. Checked up by Lewis on the back row. Set up on the near side, Jan, big swing deep. Dugout back row by Hayes, set far side, and the attack into the block at the net by Alicia Rodwell. Free back over by Katie Osman, set by Lambrecht, far side, Sammy Morgan, tip down the line. Rodwell will pop it up, back row. Turn in the attack back over by Katie Osman, knocked wide and out. And Lambrecht will step back and serve for the Caliche Buffs. Line deep, ball popped up high, back row, set it up. Morgan Osman will bang it off the block, pancaked out by Lambrecht. Taylor will keep it in play, and Sammy Morgan will rifle it deep. Ball dug up back row, set far side for Rodwell. Her attack down and in for a kill. Alicia Rodwell keeping the Flagler Panthers rolling right now, up 15-11. Ball line deep, fielded by Weingart on the back row. Tip by Lambrecht at the net into the block of Morgan Osman. And 16-11. Line serve by Katie Osman, far side, popped up high by Edler, set it up down the middle. Jan with a big swing, missed the back line. And a timeout taken by the Caliche Lady Buffs. State tournament coverage is provided to you by Bank of Colorado on CHSAA.tv, a bank with community ties, competitive rates, personal local service, and locations throughout the state. That's Bank of Colorado, bringing you our coverage on CHSAA.tv. The Flagler Panthers trying to even this at a set apiece. As the Caliche Lady Buffs took the first set by the tally of 25-21. Great back and forth action between these two teams. As close as that first set was, both coaches used both their timeouts in the first. Caliche's used both theirs here in the second. Out of the timeout, Katie Osman with the serve. Ball be popped up high, back row. Set up for Jess Taylor. She'll hop the block at the net. Ball popped up high. Jan will turn. She'll bang it back down far side. Winged up on the front row, and a two-hit violation on the Flagler Panthers as Sesko dug the ball out, and then it went off the net, and she went back to play it again. Well, somebody else has to touch it first. Sammy Morgan will take the ball. She'll line it deep. On the serve, popped up by Katie Osman, back row. Set up for a back row swing over the top of the block by Melissa Poet. And it drops down on the near line and in for a kill. Back to serve goes Morgan Osman. She'll float it short. Paul popped up back row, set it up for Taylor. Big swing, too big and out. And Caliche's hitting errors are allowing Flagler to take advantage of their big swings. Line serve down the middle, popped up by Sammy Morgan, not cleanly. How about an ace? And the Flagler Panthers are just 5 points away from tying this at a set apiece. Morgan Osman with the serve, line down the middle. Popped up back row by Edler, set it up for Pierce. She'll knock it off the block, down and in for a kill. Hannah Jan will step back and take the serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs. Jan lines the ball on the far side, diving dig out, set up on the far side for Poet on the swing for Flagler. Diving dig out by Jan, set it up down the middle for Pierce. She'll go over the top of the block, dug out by Morgan Osman. Set up far side over the big swing to Alicia Rodwell, and Rodwell's too big and out. Jan with the serve, will clip the net cord, it rolls over, popped up on the front row and free back over by Poet. Ball popped up high, set up on the near side. Big swing by Edler. Dug back into the radar zone of Pierce, and she hammers it down. The Flagler Panthers see their lead cut to 5. Coach Pam Fagerlin is sitting back down after thinking about a timeout. Jan will put the serve too big and out. Rodwell will step back and take the serve, line it down the middle, and it drops in for an ace as Taylor and Jan misplayed it. 22-15. Short serve, popped up by Jan in the back row. Lambrecht will set near side Edler. Big swing, knocked off the block. And Kaylee Lewis will come on to serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs. Lewis steps back and rifles the serve far side. Ball popped up back row by Katie Osman. Morgan Osman with the attack down the far line. Checked up by Lewis, set near side. Edler over the top of the block. Dug out back row by Morgan Osman. Joust at the net. Ball kept in play, and a flat free played over by Poet. Popped up by Sammy Morgan. Back row set near the net. Edler set too close to the net. And Flagler will bring Christina Stratton in. Just 2 points away from evening us at 1 apiece. Ball line down the middle. Hannah Jan will pop it up high, back row, set it up near side. Edler with the swing, hit the antenna, and it's set points at 24-16 for the Panthers. serve down the middle. Ball popped up high. Back row by Hannah Yon. Set it up for Pierce. Her attack off the block. Popped up on the front row by Haley Allison. Turn in the re-attack back deep. Popped up by Sammy Morgan on the back row. Lewis will keep it in play, and Lambrecht will free it over. Ball popped up high. Back row from Allison. Set up on the far side. Pull it through the block of the net. Dug out back row by Yon, and the attack by Edler down and in for the kill. Staves one off, but still set point for the Flagler Panthers as Taylor Weingart will step back and serve for Caliche. Ball line down the far side, dug out, and the tip in the net went Katie Osman. And Flagler going to take a timeout, still with set point. But their coaching staff does not want this one to get too far out of control. We saw in the first match of the day where Dove Creek was down 24-13 in the first set, came back and lost 25-18, but it gave them all the momentum they needed to win the next two sets. Eads did go on and win that one in 5, and Dove Creek has since been eliminated. And Weingart will go back to serve. Weingart will line the ball far side, too wide and out, and that will end the second. We're tied at 1 apiece after Flagler takes a second set, 25-18, third set between Caliche and Flagler next from the state tournament at the Denver Coliseum. We come back for the third. One set apiece between the Caliche Buffs and the Flagler Panthers. I'm Ben Blecka here at the state volleyball tournament. Caliche took the first 25-21. Flagler the second 25-18. Buffs will start with a serve here in the third in the hands of Rachel Edler. And Edler will line the ball down the middle. Ball popped up high, back row, set it up near side, and the attack will be hammered deep from Alicia Rodwell. Set far side, Yon with a big cross near side, dug out back row. Set up in the attack from Morgan Osman, banged off the block at the net. The dig free back over by Caliche. Ball popped up near side, Rodwell with a nice attack off the block, dug out by Lewis, back row. Set far side, Yon, big swing down the line. Ball dug up high, back row, back set near side. Rodwell, another swing deep. Dug out back row by Kaylee Lewis. Set up for Sammy Morgan. Her big swing, hop in the net court, rifling deep. Dug out back row, set up near side. Poet with the attack from the back. Dug out by Weingart, back row for Caliche. Set far side. Jan with the cross shot. Dropped it down and in front of 3 Panthers trying to get to the ball. Back to serve. Will go Edler, and Morgan Osman will tip it over. Diving dig out back row by Weingart. Set up for Sammy Morgan, tipped over. Ball dug out, but over and out. Flagler last weekend was in a regional with the Otis Bulldogs, the defending state champs, and took a set off Otis for the first time since late September. Nobody taking any sets off that Bulldog team. Down the middle, Morgan Osman with the attack, and she'll knock it down and in, and you can see why with this team stepping up against the Caliche Buffs right now. They will hand the serve to Katie Osman as she lines it down the middle, down 2-1 here in the third. Edler fields it, Lambrecht will set it up, and Jan will hammer it deep. Ball dug out back row by Poet, set onto the near side, and the attack will be angled over by Lorraine Sesko. The attack hammered deep by Sammy Morgan off the back row and into the Caliche faithful, sitting to the right, and she'll get the kill to make it 3-1. Caliche, part of the RE1 Valley School District, and well, their school district mates, the Sterling Tigers in the 3A tournament, they just got eliminated by University 15-13 in the 5th set here in the state tournament. Tigers went 0-2 today. Panthers playing well. The Cats get another kill from Morgan Osman, who will take the serve, down 3-2 here in the third. Morgan Osman will line the ball short. Diving dig up by Hannah Jan. Off the net plays Lambrecht, and then Jan will free it deep. Ball popped up back row by Hayes. Then near side, the attack banged off the block, down and in for a kill by Alicia Rodwell. Morgan Osman will step back with the serve. Osman will line it near side, fielded by Edler back row. Set up for Jan. Big swing down and in for a kill by Hannah Jan. Both these teams with some pretty entertaining offense. Their defense not too shabby either. Sammy Morgan with the line serve down the middle. Popped up back row, Katie Osman. Set near side, Jess Taylor blocking back Melissa Poet's attack. Caliche with a 5-3 advantage. Sammy Morgan will line it down the far side. Morgan Osman pops it up, set near side, the tip off the block. Ball dug out, and Jess Taylor will free it over in short. Ball popped up high, set near side, big swing, dug out back row. And then Lambrecht will free it over off the Rodwell attack. Rodwell will get another attack. Line deep, popped up by Sammy Morgan. Lambrecht set far side. Jan with a big swing. Did she catch the block? The up official says she did. And Caliche takes a 7-3 or a 6-3 lead. Sammy Morgan back to serve. She'll line it down the middle. Dug out back row, set it up, and then tip attack over by Poet. Dug and free back over by the Caliche Buffs. Set up near side. Rodwell with the attack. Dug out back row by Morgan. Pierce with the tip attack off the block. And down and in for a kill. So Sammy Morgan up 7-3 will take the serve. Morgan lines the serve into the net. Line serve will be played deep, popped up high back row. That far side for Pierce. Pierce with a tip attack to the back corner and dropped it down and in for a kill. Jan up 8-4, lines the serve deep, dig free back onto the Buff side. Lambrecht will set it up, and Taylor will fly it deep, miss the back line. The Osmans both there. Katie and Megan both swung, both missed, and they're lucky they did. Poa will step back to serve. He line deep, 2 deep and out. Kaylee Lewis on to serve for the Buffs. Line down the middle, popped up high, back row by Haley Allison. The tip set over, down and in for a kill by Katie Osman. Holt will step back. She'll line the serve down the middle, dugout back row, set up for Pierce, and Pierce will arc it over. Diving dig back onto the Buff side. Lambrecht will set it up, and Pierce will turn and punch it over short. Popped up high, back row. Set near side, and the cross attack far side will come from Melissa Poet. Set over for Edler, her big attack deep. Dugout back row, set up down the middle. Morgan Osman rejected back by Megan Pierce. And Caliche with a 10-6 advantage, and Flagler with a timeout. High school students can start their college education and earn high school credit through Adams State University's early college and concurrent enrollment programs. Online courses are offered throughout Colorado. For more information, visit exstudies.adams.edu. The Caliche Lady Buffs will play tomorrow at 12:30. Flagler will play again in match 7 this evening, as Flagler gets in match number 7, Stratton. Otis, Kit Carson, and then Norwood, Kit Carson, matches 6 and 8 that round out the remainder of our slate here on the 1A court at the state volleyball tournament this evening. Taylor Weingart back to serve out of the Flagler timeout. Ball popped up high, back row set near side. Morgan Osman with a big attack deep. Dugout back row by Hannah Yon, far side. Edler down the line and in for a kill. The Buffs looking much better in the third than they did in the second. Line serve near side. Ball popped up high, back row. Morgan Osman will tip it over. Ball popped up by Edler on the front row. Set it up for Edler. Big swing. Dugout back row, not cleanly. Edler gets another kill. It's not that Flagler's looking worse, or that Flagler didn't play good in that second. Flagler stayed about the same all the way through. Caliche's just had this roller coaster of momentum. See if the Panther team can maybe take another step right here and get back into it here in the third. Sammy Morgan will tip the ball over the top of the block just when that defense is ready for the big swing. Then you end up with an off-speed tip. Weingart continues with the serve. She'll line it down the middle, popped up high, back row, punch back over. At the net and down and in, Katie Osman, the setter, will get the kill. Panthers will hand the serve over to Jade Hayes. Her line serve down the middle. And the free ball comes over from Jade Lambrecht. Ball popped up high, back row. Osman sets near side. Big attack down and in for a kill by Alicia Rodwell. She may be the most impressive freshman I've seen in Class 1A this year. Line serve down the middle. Ball be popped up back row. Lambrecht will set it up far side for Sammy Morgan. Crawls the net court and gets it to drop down. Caliche goes up by 6, 14-8 here in the third, tied at 1 apiece. Line serve by Edler down the middle. Ball be popped up high, back row. Set it up in the tip over the top of the block by Morgan Osman. Sammy Morgan will turn, tip it far side, diving dig, and it drops down. Rachel Edler will step back with the serve. Edler lines the ball down the far side, tug up high, back row, set near side. Rodwell with the big swing, diving dig by Lewis. Sammy Morgan will end up with a free ball over, but she was outside the antenna on the free over. And back onto the floor for the Flagler Panthers will come Larae Sesko. State volleyball coverage on CHSAA.tv presented by Viera Wireless, offering the best coverage. 4G's here and it's fast. Find out more at Viero.com. Line serve far side, popped up high, and a free ball by Kaylee Lewis. Line deep. Miss dig back row. And a kill, the result for Kaylee Lewis on the free. Jess Taylor back on as Jaden Lambrecht with the serve. Popped up high, back row, set for Morgan Osman. Far side, down the line she goes and in for a kill. Buff still up by 6, but the Panthers trying to get something rolling here as Morgan Osman fields the free dig back over. Rodwell knocked off the block. Popped up by Edler back row. Set up in a free ball over by Jan. Ball dug up and Morgan Osman will free it back over in deep. Popped up by Edler. Set for Taylor in the turn attack back far side. Ball set up in the attack, hammered deep. Far side swing from Hannah Jan, and she's able to put it down and in for a kill. Sammy Morgan will take the serve up 17-10. She'll line it down the middle. Ball popped up by Katie Osman. Set on the near side, Melissa Poet with the attack. She'll tip it, dug out, couldn't get it over in 3. And the ball will end up dropping down and in. And back to serve for the Panthers goes Rodwell, and she'll get an ace. Caliche's been in control here in this third, but they're just a few mental errors away from Flagler taking complete control. There's another mental error on the receive, and another ace for Rodwell. Onto the floor will come Shaylin Johnson, replacing Sammy Morgan defensively on the back row. And Rodwell will come in with the serve once again. Rodwell lines it down the middle. Shaylin Johnson will field it out back row. Set far side. Megan Pierce through the block. Dug out by Rodwell on the back row. Shoot off near side. Morgan Osman with the flat free over. Popped up by Edler. Back set near side and a free ball over by Taylor. Down the near line. Fielded by Katie Osman. Sesko sets far side. The attack off the block at the net from Melissa Poet. Ball dug out. Set far side. Big swing. Yawn off the block and out. (18-13) Caliche. Here in the third, Hannah Yawn will step back with the serve. Line short, diving dig over and out, and an ace and a timeout taken by the Flagler Panthers. State tournament coverage is provided to you on CHSAA.tv by Bank of Colorado, a bank with community ties, competitive rates, personal local service, and location throughout the state. That's Bank of Colorado bringing you the state tournament on CHSAA.tv. The Flagler Panthers at state for the first time since 2007, so is Caliche. They both were eliminated from the state tournament by Fleming that year. Flagler's used both their timeouts here in the third. Back to serve goes Hannah Yawn. She'll line it far side, popped up by Allison for the Panthers. Set near side, the big attack, line deep from Jade Hayes. Edler will set down the middle and Pierce will free it deep. Dug up by Morgan Osman. Set up in the attack will be hammered by Melissa Poet into the block of Pierce at the net. Buffs go up by 7 on the Panthers. Yawn back with the serve, line near side. Ball dug out back row, set it up, and the attack will be hammered down the line. Dug out by Shaylin Johnson. Set up and Megan Pierce with the attack. She'll tip it down the line. Ball dug out back row. Back set far side, and the attack will be arced over the top of the block of the net. Ball dug out by Lambrecht. Set far side, Edler with the attack. Banged off the block, down and in for the kill. And Edler getting another one, and the lead continuing to grow for Caliche. Onto the floor for the Flagler Panthers will come Elizabeth Grimes. She will replace Lorraine Sesko, the freshman, adding a little more height on the floor. Line serve down the middle, running bump set up, and a free ball over by Grimes. Will be dug out by Lambrecht. Taylor will set down the middle for Pierce. Pierce hammers it down and in, and Caliche goes up by 9 here in the third. Jan continues with the serve, far side, fielded by Allison, set it up, and the big attack, cross far side, down and in for a kill by Jade Hayes. Back on to serve for the Flagler Panthers, Lori Sesko. The ball be lined down the far side, fielded by Shaylin Johnson. Set up at the net, the attack by Taylor will be lined far side. Ball dug out, and the free ball will be arced over by Allison. Popped up by Taylor, back row, set up for Pierce. Her attack banged off the block, down and in for the kill. On to serve will come Kaylee Lewis at 23-14. Lewis, the senior, lines it down the middle, fielded by Allison, the freshman for Flagler. Set far side, the attack over the top of the block by Melissa Poet, and it's misplayed back row. And the Flagler Panthers will hand the serve to Poet. The line serve far side. It'll be popped up by Shaylin Johnson. Set up for Edler on the post. She'll line it over and down the line. Dug out by Poet near side. Free ball be tipped over by Hayes. Set near side. Pierce with a big swing down and in for the kill. And Caliche with set points at 24-15. Taylor Weingart back with the serve. Weingart lines the ball down the middle, popped up back row, shoot set onto the near side. Morgan Osman will go down the line, wide and out. And Caliche takes a third, 25-15. They're up 2-1 here at the 1A State Volleyball Tournament at the Denver Coliseum.
All right, my friend.
Panthers start with the serve here in the fourth. It'll be lined deep by Jade Hayes. Turn and return back by the Caliche bus. Ball popped up onto the buff side. Yon with the attack down the near line. Dug out by Jade Hayes. Set up in the attack will be hammered deep by Morgan Osman. And down on the back line and in for a kill. Flagler down 2-1 to the Caliche Buffs here in both teams' first matches at the state tournament. Match number 5 of the 1A state tournament. Line serve will come down the near side. Ball dug out by Weingart. Blocked down by Osman to the far line. And Morgan Osman gets the kill in a 2-0 Flagler lead. Jade Hayes, the freshman, will step back and line it down the middle. Popped up by Lewis, set it up for Jan. Jan with the big swing, hammered it down and in for the kill. Lambrecht back to serve. She'll line it down the middle. Ball popped up on the front row by Morgan Osman. She'll line it through the block of Sammy Morgan. Jess Taylor will set near side. Hannah Jan, big swing off the block. Popped up by Edler. Sammy Morgan will tip it over. Popped up on the front row by Melissa Poet. Set far side. Knocked off the block. Down and in for a kill. Onto the floor for the Flagler Panthers will come LaRae Sesko, as Katie Osman will step back and serve for the Flagler Panthers. Osman will line the ball down the middle, dugout back row. Set up in the attack by Sammy Morgan, down and in for a kill. Sammy Morgan will take the serve. Down 3-2 here in the fourth. Morgan will fly it down the middle, popped up back row by Jade Hayes, and the attack will be hammered deep, and too deep and out by Flagler, and Caliche gets the tie at 3. Sammy Morgan lines the ball down the middle, dug up back row, set up on the far side, and the attack will be banged off the block of the net by Alicia Rodwell, and down and in for a kill. Line serve far side, fielded by Hannah Jan. Ball popped up, set up in the attack by Jess Taylor. Drops down and in for a kill. And we're square at 4. Ball lined off the net court. Ball popped up high by Rodwell. And the tip over popped up by Jan. Set up on the near side. Edler with the big swing down and in for the kill. And Caliche with a 5-4 advantage. They're trying to take this in 4. Hannah Jan steps back with a serve. She'll line far side. Popped up high by Melissa Poet. Set in the attack will be lined over and deep. All dug out back row, set up on the near side. The attack off the block, down and in for a kill by Megan Pierce. 6-4 Buffs here in the fourth. All floated short, popped up back row by Katie Osman. Set on the far side, Melissa Poet through the block of the net. Dug out back row by Jan. Set near side, Edler with a big swing. Dug up near the scorer's table and out of play, and that'll drop it on down to make it 7-4 Caliche. Jan, the southpaw, lines it down the middle. Popped up back row at the net. Stuffed down by Rachel Edler. And the Caliche Buffs have doubled up Flagler on a 5-0 run. Jan back to serve. She'll line it down the middle. Popped up back to Edler at the net. Stuffed back down. Popped up on the front row by Poet. Set to Poet on the far line. Her attack dug out by Jan, and then Edler got too sharp on her free and lined it into the net. Caliche up 8-5. Back to serve for Flagler goes Alicia Rodwell. Her serve via to back row by Jan. Set it up for Taylor. She'll knock it off the block of the net. Ball popped up high. Seska will set far side. Banged off the block by Hayes. Kept in play by Taylor. Set near side. Edler hop in the net court. Punch back over. Edler another swing. Dug back over by Allison. Lambrecht will punch it over, trying to keep it in play, and it goes too wide and out. And back to serve goes Rodwell once again. Ball line down the middle. At the net, the joust, and a timeout will be taken by Caliche at 8-7. State volleyball coverage on CHSAA.tv is brought to you by Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. People count on Farm Bureau Insurance for quality products, fast, fair claim service, and insurance coverage that makes sense. That means you get the protection you need along with some of the best discounts available. People from every walk of life depend on Farm Bureau Insurance, and you can too. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. Get real coverage. Line serve down the near side. Ball dug up back row. Set it up and the hammer into the block at the net. Set on to the near side. Edler will tip it down the line. Ball dug up high back row. Floated over on the far side by Jade Hayes. Attack by Taylor. Line deep. Dug back over. Lambrecht will pop it up. Players all over each other, and Taylor goes under the net. Line serve down the middle, popped up high, back row, set it up. Pierce with a big swing to the far line, down and in for the kill. Katie Osman will check back in on the back row as Kaylee Lewis comes in to serve. Line serve far side. And an ace for Kaylee Lewis will result in a 10-8 Caliche lead. Lewis lines her serve into the net. Line serve down the middle, misplay back row for Caliche, and we end up with a tie at 10 on a Flagler ace. Back to serve once again goes Sesko. Her serve via the back row by Young. Set it up, Edler with a big attack off the block of the net. Diving dig over and into the scorer's table, and Caliche prevents Flagler from taking the lead here in the fourth. Caliche's up 2-1. Back to serve goes Taylor Weingart. Line serve down the far side, popped up high back row. Set it up near side, the tip attack over the top of the block of the net. Ball popped up by Kaylee Lewis and a free ball over by Yon. Checked up on the front row by Katie Osman. Tip attack over, diving dig out back row. Weingart will set it up for Edler. Her attack hammered into the net. We're tied back up at 11. Onto the floor for the first time will come Jordan Nelson for the Caliche Lady Buffs. The freshman has been that middle spark. They're going to use her as an outside, though, trying to replace Rachel Edler here. Set up near side, Sammy Morgan with a big swing down the line, hammers it in for the kill. Again, preventing the Flagler Panthers from taking the lead. Edler's going to come back on to serve. Edler. Gets the go-ahead. And flies a serve deep. Ball dug up high, back row. Set up on the far side. The attack, Morgan Osman down the line, too wide and out. Edler will line the serve deep. Ball popped up high, back row by Melissa Poet. Set it up in a free ball punched over by Stratton for the Panthers. Set up wrap far side. Sammy Morgan with the cross shot. Nicely dug out by the Panthers, but a lift ball on the set by Jade Hayes. First time Caliche's run that wrap shot as the ball comes flying in from the two-way court. It's the first ball from an adjacent court that has come on to the action today. Edler will line the ball down the middle, popped up by the Panthers. Far side, Morgan Osman punching it deep, too deep and out. The timeout will be taken by the Flagler Panthers. Our next match, match 6 of the day, pits the defending 1A state champion Otis Bulldogs against the Kit Carson Wildcats. Otis has been here 8 years in a row, and I believe 20 out of the last 23 years. The Kit Carson Wildcats have not been here since they won the state championship in 2006. A lot of teams in this field, with the exception of Otis, Wiley, Norwood, and Fleming. I think 8 of the teams in this field, it had been at least 3 years since they'd been here. So a lot of teams seeing the Denver Coliseum for the first time here in 2012 as both of these programs, the last time they were here, the girls that are their studs now were in elementary school. Rachel Edler will step back with the serve. Up 15-11 here in the fourth. Line down the middle, popped up high, back row. Set it up, and the attack tipped over the top of the block of the net by Elizabeth Grimes. She'll get her first kill of the match. Jade Hayes will go back to serve as Grimes is going to exit for Katie Osman. Line serve down the middle, popped up high, back row by Lewis. Leinbrecht will set it up near side. Jan banged off the block, kept in the play by Edler, and Sammy Morgan will turn and punch it over in short. Popped up by Katie Osman, tip set over. Checked up in the front row by Jan, and the set over by Lambrecht. It was inadvertent. She was trying to get to the far post to Sammy Morgan, and it clipped the net cord and dropped down on the Flagler side. So Lambrecht will get the serve after giving herself the kill. Up 16-12, 9 away from winning in 4. Line serve down the middle, set far side. The attack hammered over by Rodwell. Dug out back row, and the free ball over by Jan. Checked up by Poet, set Rodwell far post. Her attack hops the net cord and cannot be dug cleanly on the Caliche side. Rodwell's in double digits in kills in this matchup. She's been very good. As Katie Osman will step back and serve. Osman lines the ball near side, dug up by Jan, running bump set up by Lambrecht. Jess Taylor turns, hammers it down the line off the block and gets the kill. Caliche goes up 17-13. Sammy Morgan steps back. She'll line the serve down the middle. Popped up high back row by Melissa Poet. Set it up in the attack by Morgan Osman into the block of Hannah Jan at the net and down. 18-13. Sammy Morgan back to serve again. She'll line it near side. Ball popped up back row. Back step far side for Rodwell. She'll go down the line. Dug out by Morgan. Lambrecht will set it up for Pierce. Her attack line far side. Kept in play by the Panthers. And they'll free it over. Edler diving dig out, set near side, and tipped into the block of the net by Jan. Popped up, Rodwell a swing back on the second end. Dug out by Sammy Morgan. Down the middle, Taylor will go, banged off the block. Popped up by Sesko and a flat free from the back row on the second end. Dug out by Morgan. Shoot set near side. The attack by Jan down the line. Dug out by Katie Osman, set far side. Rodwell down the line. She'll go. Dug out by Morgan, back row. Set onto the near side, and the big swing by Pierce, winged out on the front row. Kept up by Morgan Osman, tipped back over by Taylor. Popped up high, set far side. Rodwell through the block at the net. Down and in for a kill for the Flagler Panthers. Caliche up 18-14. Flagler needs a run on the serve of Morgan Osman right here. She'll put it a serve short. Diving dig over by Sammy Morgan. Set far side. Rodwell with the swing down the line. Did she catch the block? Nobody says she caught the block. That ball looked like it got altered, but no show. Line serve far side. Ball popped up high back row. Set up in the free ball will be played back over by the Flagler Panthers. Ball popped up high. Set it up in the attack. Will be tipped over. Attack by Taylor at the net. The ball will be lined into the net and a hitting error. Make it 19-15. Back to serve goes Alicia Rodwell. Rodwell lines the serve short. Ball popped up high back row. Set it up, and Pierce blocked at the net by Melissa Poet. And a timeout will be taken by Caliche. Adams State University celebrates diverse student population, academic excellence, and athletic success. ASU is focused on treating each student as a unique individual with the potential to positively contribute to their community, nation, and the world. For more information, visit adams.edu. That's adams.edu. The Caliche Buffs won the first set 25-21. Flagler took the second 25-18. Caliche the third 25-15. And the Buffs up 19-16 here in the fourth. The Flagler starting to get on a run here. Back to serve will go Alicia Rodwell. Rodwell will line the ball down the far side. Taylor will dig free it back over. Ball popped up, joust at the net, won by Pierce, kept in play on the front row by LaRae Sesko. Set up in a free ball, be flooded over by Melissa Poet. Ball dug up high, back row, and a free ball back over from Sammy Morgan. Checked up, set far side, and the punch into the net cord by Jade Hayes, and a lift ball on the dig free over from Edler will make it 20-16 Caliche and bring Kaylee Lewis back on. Lewis will take the serve. She steps back, lines the ball down the middle, dug up high, back into the block up here. She stuffs it down, 21-16. Timeout will be taken by the Flagler Panthers. Otis and Kit Carson on tap after this one is done. We still have 3 matches to go here on day 1 of the state volleyball tournament on the 1A court, as Stratton and Flagler will play match 7. So Flagler will get a little bit of a breather, and then Norwood Kit Carson wraps up the day. The Caliche Buffs, the second seeded team in this tournament. The Otis Bulldogs, the defending state champs. They're on the same side of the bracket, I believe. Yes, they are. Kaylee Lewis with the serve. She'll line it far side. Field it back row for the Flagler Panthers by Katie Osman. Her attack dug up high, back row. Set up on the far side, and the attack banged off the block of the net by Pierce. Dug out back row, backed up far side, and the tip down the line. Ball popped up by Lambrecht. Set up in a free ball, played deep by Edler. Lewis and Edler both going after the ball. And the hitting error will allow Flagler the serve back. Let's see if LaRae Sesko can get on a run on serve here. She'll line it down the middle, fielded by Jan back row. Set up for Edler, her attack hammered deep. Ball dug up high, back row. Set up and a free ball tipped into the block at the net. Punch back over off the diving dig, and Lambrecht will turn, line it down the line, 2 wide and out. The Panthers back within 3 here in the 4th. Back to serve goes Sesko. She'll line it near side, popped up by Sammy Morgan. Set it up for Edler, her big swing, block back, diving dig up. Lambrecht trying to keep it in play. Pierce at the net will get punched down by Poet. Kept in play by the Panthers and the Buffs. Near side, Edler off the block. She's going to get the kill. Onto the floor will come Christina Stratton for Flagler. Back to serve will go Taylor Weingart for Caliche. 3 points away from winning in 4. She flies it too long. They stay there. 22-19 now. Line serve down the middle, popped up high by Kaylee Lewis. Set up near side, Sammy Morgan. Big swing down and in for the kill. Sammy Morgan coming up. She's in double figures in kills. And Rachel Edler will step back to serve 2 away from winning in 4. Line serve far side from Edler. Ball popped up back row. Set up in the attack. Far side from Lewis. Line serve deep will be popped up by Lewis. Free back on the attack. Far side and in the net with Sammy Morgan. Line serve down the middle. Ball popped up high back row. Jan with the big swing off the block of the net. Popped up, tipped back down by Lambrecht. Ball dug back row, set far side. Down the line, the attack from Lewis. Dug out back row. Set it up near side. The big attack, Jan at 24-21 will have match points for the Caliche Buffs. Lambrecht back to serve as Taylor comes in. Lambrecht floats the serve far side. Tip over the net. Diving dig up by Edler. Backs at Lambrecht. Taylor far side. Banged into the block of the net. 4-hit violation. 1 match point staved off. Still match point at 24-22. Back to serve goes Katie Ostman. Ostman lines the ball down the middle, dug up high, back row. Lambrecht will set far side for Morgan, hammers it into the net. 24-23. Ostman floats it down the middle, fielded by Weingart, back row. Lambrecht sets it up for Hannah Yon. Yon to the back corner at the feet of the official. And Caliche wins 25-23 in the fourth. Buffs take the victory 25-21-18, 25-25-15, and 25-23. Otis and Kit Carson coming up next here at the 1A State Volleyball Tournament at the Denver Coliseum.